Fred here, welcome back to your Obsession channel. In this episode, we will be taking a look at the Kershaw CQC-6K. So what we have here is a collaboration between Kershaw, who produces the knife, and Emerson, who created a lot of the features and the design of this knife. What's special is that you get it for a Kershaw price and a Kershaw quality and build of right now on sale for $30. I'll be providing the link below, but you're getting Emerson design and features such as the Wave, and also check this out. Look at that. That is the blade. It's like stonewashed, where it's has the hollow grind, and then you have a very nice satin brushed finish, the opposite way that you would normally see on most knives. Look at that beefy frame lock right there. And I'll tell you, if you were to buy an Emerson, you're looking at $200 to $500 plus. So is it worth it? Let's take a close look. Here's the box that my Emerson Wave came in. See the model number right there. It is made in China, for those of you who want to know the country of origin. Came with some extra screws. We'll show you why that's so here in a moment. We also have documentation. They give you a separate document here on how to utilize the Emerson Wave. Yes, this knife has an Emerson Wave. The purpose of this knife is EDC, and it definitely can be pushed into a defensive role. This is designed by Emerson, built by Kershaw, and you're sort of getting the best of both worlds. You're getting a Emerson, style knife for the unbelievable price of a inexpensive Kershaw, but the build quality is absolutely here. This thing is solid like a tank. You get the thumb disc right here for deployment. You have G10 scales on one side, 440 bead-blasted steel on the other. That is basically the scales there. You get a lanyard hole, you get a clip. The pocket clip can be mounted on either side, as you can see right there. The one issue is that you're going directly into stainless steel on this side, so you have short screws. If you were to relocate it to the left-handed carry side, these screws wouldn't be long enough. That's why they gave you extra screws. Let's go ahead and deploy this. You have two ways of deploying this knife. You either use the thumb disc or use the Emerson Wave. I'm going to demonstrate that shortly. Oh, I forgot a couple of things here. Lanyard hole, and you have a flat slotted screw right there for your pivot. I'm sorry about the focus. This camera is a little different than the one I usually use, so it takes a little time to get used to all the new things. You can see the traction there on the G10, the texture. It's adequate. It's nothing to write home about. This is a frame lock, as you can see there. There's a hole drilled down, so there's probably a bearing on the other side for retention. So let's go ahead and deploy this using the thumb plate. You can see that just flew right out. This is out of the box. I didn't oil it. I didn't sharpen this knife. I didn't do anything to this knife. The steel for the blade is 8CR14 MOV. That's comparable to AUS 8A or 440B American steel. You have a stonewashed finished area here where the grind is and where the false wedge is, and you also have this brushed satin finish for the flats here on the blade. Really very, very unique. It's like a custom touch there. The blade length is 3.25 inches. The closed length of this knife is 4.5 inches. When it's open, it's 7.75 inches, and this knife does weigh 5 ounces, so it is a little bit hefty. Other things to take note of is the ramp area here, where you put your thumb, has a very functional jimping. It's not sharp, and it looks like it's really smooth, but actually it's some pretty good traction. As you can see there, it's holding my finger, and it's very nice how it transitions from the back of the scales here all the way up to the thumb wrap where the Emerson Wave is. Really, really nice touch there. Very functional, very good. Very deep finger choil right there. So if you're stabbing with this knife, there's not going to be any issue with your hand sliding down. Very, very nice touch. You can see there's a little bit of jipping right there where you release the lock right here. So let's go ahead and go into the tests real quick. First, let's talk about ergonomics. They are very, very good. Very impressed. Even reverse grip, because the way the handle is shaped right there, your thumb just sort of rests right there. As far as left-handers there, again, the clip could be mounted on the other side. However, both right, left-handed carry tip up. Next test is the blade centering. I'm going to go ahead and close this up, and we can take a close look at that. And you can see it's right on, no problem. I mean, it is spot on. It's very nice to see that these days. Blade retention, it's held in there really good by that bearing that I noted, right? You can see it has a hole there, the bearing's on the other, and it goes into a little divot that's in the tech of the blade there, deep inside the knife. Next we'll talk about lockup. We'll go ahead and deploy this again. It just flies out. Lockup, you can see right there it's about 3/4 behind the blade with a lot of room to wear to your right. So very, very good lockup. No blade play up or down or left and right. So very, very, very good job. As far as sharpness, that's a push cut right there. It is crazy sharp. I had this out of the box, and you can see I'm losing a lot of hair on my hand because this thing is shaving sharp, as you can see there. Now I have less hairy hands. It is crazy sharp. Let's go ahead and clean all the hair off my surface here, and I'm going to go ahead and stab this piece of pine here really quick. I want to make sure that we do not have any issues with heat treatment on this steel. Take a close look at that point, see how we did. And you can see that the point is undamaged, so it has passed all the tests that I conduct on my folders here. Now we'll go ahead and put this in my pocket, and we'll see how that rides. You can see not too much sticks out, just enough, just the right amount actually, so you can go ahead and grab that knife and get it out of your pocket. Now, again, this does have the wave feature right there, and I'll show you how that works. What you want to do is sort of have it toward the back of your pocket here, and that ramp, that wave, is going to capture the inside of your pocket right here. So what you want to do is when you pull it up and back at the same time, just like that. And you can see how that just springs open as if it was an assisted opening, although it is not. I'm going to see if I can do this slowly so you can sort of see what happens. You can see how that wave feature just caught my pocket right there. You see how that works right there? And then you, whoop, works like a charm. As far as pros for this knife, it's a very high value for what you're getting with the Emerson design, the wave feature, and the awesome blade finish. The way that they finish this knife is absolutely extraordinary for a production knife. Normally you don't see this except in a custom knife. Now there are some cons, and these cons are really sort of my opinion. They might not be necessarily your dislikes, but for one thing, this is 5 ounces, so it does feel a little heavy for an EDC. It really not for me. I really don't mind, but for some people, I know you're going to feel like this weighs just a little too much. And the other thing is the thumb plate. I'm not a huge fan of the thumb plate. I've actually had thumb plates rip off knives in my past, so I would prefer either thumb studs or holes. But I don't know if this will hold up for the test of time, but I'm just not a fan of them. Okay, do I recommend it? Oh, you betcha. As a matter of fact, I don't use a number system anymore. I just tell you if it passes all the tests and whether I recommend it, which I do. But if I were to give numbers, this would get a 10 out of 10. This frame lock folder, EDC, that could be pushing a defensive roll. By the way, you know, clip point, I think I forgot to mention that. I really, really recommend it, especially for the price that I'm putting a link below where you can get it off of Amazon for like $29.99. It's an incredible buy, and if you're a Amazon Prime member, you even get shipping free, and you get it in 2 days. So this is an extraordinary find. Get them while they can be had. And real quick before we wrap things up, I do have a contest going on, so go ahead and go 2 videos ago. Just run back, and you can see I did a contest. I'll go ahead and also put the link in the description box below. You should check it out because I put a lot of information down there, specifications and links and things like that. And I'll put the link to the contest and follow it, and it's going to take you to a new website that I put up called Gear Obsession Deals, where I post all the deals that I find on the internet every day, because I find a lot, and there are a lot of products that I never get around to finally ordering and doing because I only do 2 or 3 videos a week, and I don't want to inundate you with like videos all the time. Plus I got a daytime job, so even if I wanted to, I just don't have enough time in a day to do it. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every fan, viewer, subscriber, and especially you, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Bye.